Okay, so I need to make a random number that comes up either 0 or 1. It needs to come up 1 as in there was bias 59% of the time. Okay, that's my P or P0. And then the other, 41% of the time it needs to come up as a 0. There was no bias. So the way we do that is to make a single random number like that, I need a formula, so I type equals if, and now this is a conditional. It's what I need to do is generate a random number. So here I'm generating a random number, and if that's less than or equal to, now it's a random number between 0 and 1, so if that's less than or equal to that number, the B1, now I'm going to add dollar signs to that. There are various ways to add the dollar signs depending on what program you're actually running. But there I added dollar signs so that doesn't change. And so that's the condition that if my random number is less than 0.59, then I want to place a 1. Well, this is the condition. Now, if it's true, put a comma. If it's true, I want a 1 to show up, then comma. If it's false, I want a 0 to show up. I close that off with the parentheses and hit enter. And there we go. It's a 1 this time. Now, if I click on it, grab the little corner here and drag over a little bit, I see I get 1s and 0s, and it'll change every time. So if, for instance, I put a 4 here and hit enter, my numbers change. I got all 1s that time. If I delete that and hit enter, things change again, and I've got some 1s and 0s. Now, since there were 33 doctors who reported, I need 33 of these 1s and 0s. And so the easiest way to keep track of that, because these letters up here are letters, and also I'm not starting at the beginning, it's probably easiest just to do something like this. There's a 1, there's a 2. Now, once I have both of those, if I highlight that and I just start dragging over, you see the numbers going up, and I just keep going until I get to 33. So it'll take me a moment. There's, went too far, so I'll grab it and come back 1. There's 33. Okay, now, these are all small numbers. They're just these 2-digit numbers here, and of course they're all 1s and 0s, and so probably not a bad idea is go over here, highlight these, and right click, and let's see, so somewhere column width, and I think for these small numbers that somewhere around 0.3 works pretty well. I say okay, and I can't quite get them all on one screen. If I made these skinnier, I suppose, by just going up here and whoops, there we go. If I just do that, make that a little skinnier for now, I actually can get everything on this screen. And here again, I can just grab that, and there are 33 random numbers. So there's one simulation. Okay, well, I need to run a whole bunch of these simulations, like maybe 1,000 of them. And so now, to get my count right, I'll put a 1 there, a 2, and again, highlight the 2 of those, and now drag down, and numbers are going up, and 947, 1,000. So I'm going to make 1,000 of these runs, And there are the numbers 1 to 1,000. Now, here's the real magic of the spreadsheets is I can copy this formula down. I could drag like this, that's fine, but actually if I just get over it like that and double click, it went all the way down, and we can go way down here and see that it filled in all the way to the bottom. And as long as there are no gaps in the column beside where you're filling in, you can do that. And now notice if I highlight all of those and click on, double click on that, the whole thing fills in. So I've just filled in 33,000 numbers just like that. So that's, pretty special, I think. And there I've created 1,000 trials of 33 doctors reporting at a 59% level. Okay, so there we've made that table.